Hey, what is up, guys? It's Brendan here, and today we're going to be taking a look at BDroppy, doing a BDroppy dropshipping review, taking a look at the integrations, pricing, pros and cons, and really everything you need to know when considering getting started for dropshipping with BDroppy. Now, before we dive into the review, I do want to mention that first link down in the description box below. That's BrendanValesky.com/Shopify. Will take you right over to a Shopify free trial if you don't already have an online store and you're considering getting started with dropshipping as a beginner. Then Shopify really is a great e-commerce platform for setting up your online store, and BDroppy does have integration with Shopify. So once again, that's that first link down in the description box below. BrendanValesky.com/Shopify will take you right over to a Shopify free trial. And without further ado, let's go ahead and dive into the review of BDroppy. So BDroppy, first and foremost, is a dropshipping supplier primarily for fashion dropshipping, similar to a Trendsy or other platforms that I've covered on the channel before, sort of like Kaka-Clo, right? So Kaka-Clo, Trendsy, those are also other fashion dropshipping brands I've covered on the channel, and BDroppy is very similar to those as well. A little bit different of pricing structure as far as their plans go and what you could expect with BDroppy, which we'll be diving into in this video here today. Now, first thing I do want to cover is, of course, the integrations for BDroppy, because, of course, if you don't have the integration with the e-commerce platform or online store website builder you're planning on using, then, that's pretty important there. So, of course, BDroppy has lots of different integrations, really one of the most integrated apps out there that I've covered on the channel. They have integrations, of course, with Shopify, like I already mentioned. Shopify really is my personal favorite e-commerce platform for building an online store and everything, and BDroppy does work with them, of course. So you have Shopify, WooCommerce, Squarespace, PrestaShop, Ecwid, Wix, and EKM, as well as Amazon and eBay. So those two are more just marketplaces. But if you're planning on building out your own online store, of course, like I mentioned, you have all these different options that BDroppy does have apps and integrations with. So that's good on that front. So I will give BDroppy a thumbs up for that, right? They have a lot of integrations, so no matter where you are building your online store, you can do dropshipping with them on those platforms, which is really nice to see and really good overall as far as lots of integrations. Now, as far as what they actually offer, like I mentioned before, they are primarily aimed for fashion dropshipping. So if you plan on reselling like designer clothes, bags, shoes, and accessories, those are the types of products that you could expect to sell with BDroppy. Now, if we do take a look at the Shopify app listing this is right directly from the Shopify App Store, you can sort of see the back end. They have some Versace type stuff. They also have Calvin Klein as well. So for like a couple of just brand examples that they do promote and have within their app. Now, I will say that BDroppy is best for people within Europe, primarily within the UK, as well as Italy, France, and Spain. That is the languages that you can choose, of course, from BDroppy, although they do also work for people within the US, although that is sort of their target market is more EU type people. So if you're in the EU, then cool, then BDroppy could be good for you. That is generally their target market. That's why you're seeing the currency here listed on their Shopify app listing. You can see the general currencies that are listed. Of course, once again, they do still work for the US, but that's generally the target market that they focus within. So as well, in addition, BDroppy does also have, of course, other things that they have on their app. We'll be taking a look at pricing in just a second, but of course, you can set up the currency, the language, and the list name depending on the product, various markup and taxes settings, as well as advanced rules if you want to, do a general markup rule for all the products. You could see here, this is from the Shopify App Store, what the back end looks like as far as the shipping carriers when you're going to go in and fulfill your orders, the status as well, and the overall product cost and actions you can do, as well as the shipping costs. So as you can see here, they do within Europe, the UK, US, and extended European region. So of course, they ship to customers throughout Europe, USA, and many other countries, but you can see the overall shipping costs based on the geographical areas and the weight ranges depending on where you're shipping the products to your dropshipping, for your dropshipping orders to your customers. So as you can see here, just more of what the backend looks like. Again, more of the Versace type stuff, the Calvin Kleins that they have listed here. Now, in addition to those brands, of course, they do have a video here. You can feel free to watch that yourself on the BDroppy YouTube channel if you're interested. But in general, they have different fashion-based products. Those are mainly the products that they have. Of course, they are based out of Italy, if you're curious where they are based out of. And they also, have over 50 different countries that they can ship within. Once again, European market generally speaking. Once again, we've already covered the pricing and markup rules. They do have that as well, which is cool to see, and as well as the multiple languages and multiple different currencies that are built within the BDroppy app. Now, going into pricing, this is something that a lot of you guys are probably interested in, like, hey, how much does it cost? So BDroppy, if we're taking a look just right at the Shopify App Store, of course, this pricing is accurate as of the making of today's video. Be sure to check out BDroppy yourself to see the most realistic, up-to-date pricing info. This is just as of the making of today's video. They do offer a 14-day free trial, so you at least can test BDroppy out for free. However, after that 14-day free trial, currently the BDroppy basic plan is $49 per month. This is in US dollars as well. So that allows you, to use the app completely, do the syncing with your import list, forward orders to the product supplier, and have the price and inventory updates. Really everything that you would need to do dropshipping with any kind of dropshipping app. Like you would expect to get that within the basic plan. So currently that's all that's listed here on the Shopify App Store is the BDroppy Basic. They may offer additional plans on the back end, but that's all that's currently listed on the Shopify App Store. So we're just going off of that. And it is that 14-day free trial. So at least you can test them out for free, which is cool and good to see as well if you're trying to test them out. Now, one thing I do want to mention as well for BDroppy is the overall consumer sentiment about it. Now, of course, you have your fashion brands, you've got those, which is cool. You can do that. That's what they market and advertise. However, I will venture to say that the overall consumer sentiment of BDroppy is quite mixed. So it definitely, just taking a look quickly at the Shopify App Store, very mixed reviews. Some people didn't really like their experience as far as the overall usage of the app. Now, I will say BDroppy is a newer dropshipping plugin, or newer dropshipping app in general. As you can see on the Shopify App Store, as of the making of this video, it's just barely a month old. So they are fairly new, at least within the Shopify App Store. On Shopify, they've probably been around on the other e-commerce platforms for a bit longer, but they're still working out the kinks possibly. They're still relatively a newer app, and some people just didn't like their experience. Some people fairly negative in the Shopify App Store, although if you go over to Trustpilot, more mixed. I'd say some people still don't really like it, don't really like their experience with BDroppy. And then other people are like, hey, it was good. I had a good experience. They had good customer support. They liked their usage. And then other people are like, hey, avoid it. Don't use it. Other people are like, hey, good communication. They're new. They're like, hey, this is cool. Some people like it. The one thing this guy was complaining about here is like the shipments and timeliness of the shipments as being a possible problem. So, generally, maybe give them a shot for yourself. This is just collecting everything that people have to say about BDroppy. Some people have really good words and find them to be a good company to use. And then other people are like, nah, I hate them. Don't ever use them. So it's very polarizing, very mixed, very polarizing. You've got the 5 stars and the 1 stars, which, so it's hard to say, it's hard to say exactly. But take those into account when you're considering using them. Maybe try out their 14-day free trial and then see for yourself if you like them or not. It's just, it's up to you, of course. Taking a look at, hey, do you want to do fashion dropshipping? do you want to use them? They do also offer, additionally to the regular dropshipping app, they do also offer turnkey stores. So if you want something that is built for you, kind of like a turnkey setup where you're just buying the store and they build it out, you know, personally for you. Additionally, it does have integration, of course, with their dropshipping service. That's another option. A lot of other dropshipping companies do also offer like turnkey e-commerce stores. So that's something else to consider that BDroppy does also offer if you want something like that. But yeah, in general, you know, designer products, fashion dropshipping, it's a whole different niche category. You know, if you're not interested in that, then, you know, you might have to look elsewhere. Like, they don't have a ton of different variety of categories. You know, you really are just kind of focused in on that niche of fashion dropshipping. So if you're interested in that, cool. Once again, somewhat mixed reviews online. So, you know, take that into account when you're considering using BDroppy. But once again, I do want to mention, if you don't already have an online store, you can go ahead and check out that first link down in the description box below. BrentonValesky.com/Shopify will take you right over to a Shopify free trial. We're going to get set up with Shopify on a free trial. Guys, they are a good platform. And if you don't already have an online store, you can get set up with a Shopify free trial. Once again, first link down in the description box below. Guys, if you found this video helpful in any way possible, then be sure to smash that like button, hit the subscribe button, and the notification bell so you're notified whenever I upload a video. Guys, that's the BDroppy review. And anyway, I will see you in the next one. Peace out.